What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here, jumping on, talking a little Cardinals. We talk about the losses. We talk about the wins. We talk about the attendance. We talk, all right? That's what we do. So yesterday, Cardinals walk-off winner. Nice to see. Nolan Arenado with a bunch of walk-offs here recently. Stop the bleeding. Make sure you're not going to get swept by Mike Shildt and the Padres. Nice game, fun game, crisp game, well played. Competitive. Andre Palante, pretty dang good. You had the nice inning there from the Cardinals. Nice to see Luke and Baker driving the ball to left center. Paul Goldschmidt with the RBI single. Good to see. Look, Cardinals, they're not going to make the playoffs, folks. It is what it is. I was looking at their playoff odds. What is it, 0.7%? 0.7%. Still 10.5 games back, whatever the heck it is in the Central, 7 back, about 4 teams to jump in the wild card. Look, season isn't over. The Cardinals, you kind of thought in this series, the Cardinals basically had to sweep or win 3 out of 4 to really show any signs of life that they have a chance here. We'll see how the series ends. You got the day game. Hopefully the Cardinals can get the split. We shall see. And so on and so forth. Okay. So Cardinals win. The theme, though, of the last week or so has been the lack of attendance for the Cardinals. Win, lose, or draw, that's the story, folks. That's just the story. It is what it is. I just want to say a couple more things on that also, because done a couple videos on that the last couple days, and I totally understand fan frustration, that is. Fan frustration, not showing up, the apathy and all that. And I don't know if this is really a boycott, right? Like, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's as much Cardinal fans are saying I'm 100% not showing up to prove a point to the DeWitts. Maybe a small percentage of people are doing that. I think it's just more general apathy of, hey, this team is not very good. We don't think they're going to make the playoffs. We're not happy. Okay, maybe I'll go to a game, I'll go down there. The day arrives, and you're like, I don't feel like driving downtown. That's kind of how I am. I love going to day games. And lately here, I'm just like, I don't really feel like going. And by the way, I'm a person who actually appreciates more when there are less people there. Look, I'm just being selfish. It's easier to get in and out. It's easier to park. It's easier to go to the bathroom. It's easier in the concessions. I'm just being real about it. And also, look, we know baseball tickets usually are not cheap. I know it was going around on social media that some of these sites were selling them for $0, literally zero on these sites. So I saw all those stories also on social media. So I checked it myself. And by the way, I'm sure that was 100% true. I just went to SeatGeek because I wanted to see for myself. And I'll put the picture here. I saw a bunch of tickets yesterday, a boatload of tickets for $2. I didn't see any for $0 on SeatGeek. I'm sure there were sites that had 0 and then maybe there's fees or whatever. But I saw, and you'll see the picture here, I saw a bunch of $2 tickets on SeatGeek for that game last night, Cardinals and Padres. So another thing about that, though, is I think we also need to remember that there's so many other businesses. If you're trying to send a message to the Cardinals, unfortunately, it also harms so many businesses downtown and workers, the people at the stadium and all that. And that's what sucks. Regardless of how you feel about the DeWitts and John Mozeliak and how they've run this team, it sucks for the bars, restaurants, hotels. When you look, I know last night's game, the attendance tickets sold was something like 30,000. Maybe it was close to 31,000. But the fact that there's really only, whatever it is, 15, 17, the other day, 13,000 people in the building, that's just so fewer people eating, drinking. Think about how many families who usually take a trip. Let's say you live within 5-6 hours, whatever it is, of St. Louis. You live in, it could be Arkansas, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, anywhere, Missouri. But you live 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours away. And maybe you have your annual summer trip to go to a Cardinals game. And I hope people still did that. But I understand why a lot of people didn't. look, inflation is high. It is real that, look, there are people that don't want to go downtown. They don't want to come downtown. They think it's a war zone. I've never felt that. I'm not saying downtown is 100% safe. I've never said that. For me, I'm talking about Busch Stadium though. I personally have never felt unsafe going to Busch Stadium, but also I make sure I park. I'm a person, I will pay $40 or $60 to park in the patio's lot because I know my car is close, safe, and I know the patio's folks monitor that. They got a truck driving throughout the game to make sure people aren't messing with your car. So I totally get some of those other lots down there, those lots on the tributary streets. Look, there's car break-ins. We get it. It sucks. And there are people also that they take your money in those lots and they bounce. So they're not monitoring the cars. They're not monitoring activity during the game. So look, I understand that's real, that people don't want to go downtown. It's real. People are not happy with the trend line of the organization, the way things have been going the last several years. I get it, but it does suck. Look, it sucks for the hotels, bars, restaurants. We were at Billy's on Broadway for opening day, and Bill Rowe, awesome dude. He's got that bar down there, great food, awesome Cardinals memorabilia. And just think about all those business owners that invest in downtown. You're essentially investing in the Cardinals. That's what you're doing, really. You're investing in a franchise that almost always wins, almost always draws 3 million plus fans, and you're banking on those 81 home dates per year, and then you're hoping for the playoffs, couple playoff games. That hasn't really been the case the last couple years. I guess you had 2 playoff games at home 2 years ago, but you're investing in a Cardinals franchise and hoping that those 81 home dates will drive your business throughout the year. So it absolutely sucks that fans are not showing up. But I'm not blaming you guys at all because I get it. It just sucks. It sucks all around, the way the team is playing, the attendance, what's going on downtown, which again, I understand the fear. I think the overall narrative is a bit overblown that you can never go downtown. I've never felt that way. I've lived here for 16 years, and I've always said there are places I don't want to go downtown, 100%. Pretty much the same streets and neighborhoods for the most part. I didn't want to go downtown 16 years ago. Still the case now, which sucks that you haven't seen a ton of improvement there. I know they're trying, but my overall point is I feel safe going to a Cardinals game. I'm parking close by. I feel totally safe getting in, getting out, and parking. But again, I'm going to pay extra to park because that's worth it for my peace of mind. All right. Another topic, college football. Are you excited for college football? You got Mizzou, Murray State. I'm excited for Mizzou. People think I don't like Mizzou. I also made that one video last year where I was pretty much half joking because Mizzou played Ohio State. I'm an Ohio State fan. But I'm rooting for Mizzou. I want Mizzou to make the playoffs. I like all the local kids. Brady Cook, fantastic kid. Luther Burden. I still covered some of these kids. A good amount. I mean, I left TV 2.5 years ago, but a lot of those guys were in high school 3-4 years ago, and I'm rooting for all those guys. I would love to see Mizzou make the college football playoff. I always feel like Mizzou is better under the radar, though, right? I don't love the fact that Mizzou has expectations. I hope they meet them. We shall see. What are the big games this week? You have Georgia, Clemson. Look, Mizzou should boat race Murray State. I don't even like games like this. I don't like games like this, but it's essentially kind of your warm-up game scrimmage. I hate it. As an Ohio State fan, look, I'll be the first one to say their non-conference schedule sucks this year. It's so boring. I was looking at it the other day. I don't even know. The opener it's either Akron or Kent State, somebody like that. I believe it's a MAC school. I think Ohio State plays Western Michigan and Marshall. And you know, Big Ten has 9 conference games. So that stinks. Ohio State almost always has a really marquee non-conference game. And I looked ahead. They have Georgia home and home coming up, Alabama home and home coming up. But they schedule these games so far in advance. I think and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Georgia game is like 2030 and 2031. They have home and homes. I think that was set in 2019. Think about that. They're set in 11, 12 years in advance. I believe Ohio State plays a home and home with Alabama, and I think it's 27, 28. And here we are in 2024. It's still 3-4 years away. So hope you guys are excited about college football. By the way, because I have you here, I want to add a Mizzou, mostly Mizzou, but also if somebody watching wants to do a Mizzou or college football podcast on this channel, let me know. Reach out to me on Twitter. My email is marlow.charlie@gmail.com. marlow.charlie@gmail.com. I want to have more college football content, especially because the Cardinals aren't going to be playing in October, on this channel. And just so everybody knows, that means you have to do and produce the whole podcast. So you would do the podcast yourself. You're appearing on the podcast. I want a video podcast, and then I would put it on my channel if it's good. We'll talk about it, but I want to have more college football content, and I'd like it to be more than just me. All right? As always, folks, I appreciate you still watching. If you're still watching about 11 minutes in, please comment, like, subscribe, support our sponsors. Triad Bank, baby. TriadBanking.com. St. Louis Lawn Care, St. Louis Equipment, Corner Butcher in Fenton. You know, with college football, you got to be grilling. You got to get all your meat at Corner Butcher and Chop House, which is now in the same building out there in beautiful Fenton, Missouri. So we'll go backwards. Chop House, great restaurant. Corner Butcher in Fenton. Get all your meat, all your grilling needs for college football Saturdays and your weekend grilling. You got St. Louis Lawn Care. They've been cutting my lawn for about 4 or 5 years. They do a great job. You can get mulch, you can get fertilizer, bug control, aeration. They do all that, the treatment throughout the year. They do a fantastic job. St. Louis Equipment, STLmowerrepair.com. Buy a mower, get your mower fixed. Small engine machines. I got a Crest battery-operated trimmer that's super powerful. I got a Husqvarna blower. That's great. And then Triad Bank. Been banking with them for about 5 years. Best thing I ever did for my rental property business. Taking all my loans from a big national bank that didn't care about me. Terrible customer service. Over to a great place. Triad Bank. Great customer service. Best place to go for commercial lending. Got all my rental property loans over there, but it's also good for retail banking as well. Over there, Triad Bank in beautiful Frontenac, Missouri. They also have their location in Creve Coeur. All right. There was your video. Comment, like, subscribe. Comment, like, subscribe. And let me know in the comments. Are you excited for college football? What do you think of Murray State? What do you think of Mizzou's schedule? What do you think of Ohio State's cream puff non-conference schedule? Give me your thoughts on downtown businesses suffering because of the Cardinals' bad attendance and not a very good team. And let me know why you're not going to the games. Is it because of crime? Is it because the team isn't very good? Is it because of inflation? Whatever it is. And then if you want to comment on last night's game, the walk-off from Nolan Arenado, and you got the day game series finale against Schulte and the Padres today. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a great day and a great rest of your week and weekend coming up. See ya.